I've got this gap to fill. To be honest with you, Ikea, for all the great things that they do, they don't give us any good way to cover this. So I've got this cutoff piece, and it's like 36 inches long, so it's too long. So first thing I'm going to do is rip this to the right width. Just going to go out and saw and rip it. Okay, that was one of the tough cuts I had to do. I cut this into length, and let's see how it goes in there. It's going to be just, I don't know. I think I cut too much. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a hair off that. Just a hair. Here's a little tip for you anyway. When you're cutting this Ikea stuff, or any stuff, if you got something nice that you don't want it to, get marred up or scratched up, put a piece of wood, a nice finished piece of wood, against your fence, and adjust your measurements accordingly, so that you can rip out what you don't want. So this is how I rip the side off. You can see here on this one here, I've done it already part way. I'm gonna show you real quick how I've done it. And when I'm doing this, I'm pushing this very hard against here, but I'm not going with it. You gotta work really hard at keeping your fingers away from stuff. So plant your hand, wedge it in. And there it is. And that I can use to glue on an end. Right, okay. So I've got the piece cut. Just want to shorten this one by a couple of thicknesses so that it will, how the heck do I have to do it like that? I'm just going to pull it back. This is the face here. It's going to go in there, and I'm going to put the end piece here. The little piece that I made. This piece here, we're going to glue it on there. My hope is that it glues really well if I can clamp it. Like anything. Hardest part about gluing something is clamping it, is securing it while it sets up. It's always nice to have a few blocks of wood laying around. So for here, I'm going to clamp 2 pieces of plywood like this. This is just going to give you the idea here of what I'm doing. The next piece I'm going to clamp here, right there. And I'm going to use this end here, not the end that came ripped off. I don't want to cut it that way. I want to put this one in here. Now I'm using wood glue. It's ordinary wood glue because I don't think there's going to be a lot of force on this. Yeah. I'm going to put a couple dabs of glue in there. That'll be enough. And I'm going to push this in. I've never done this before, so bear with me on this. I want it to be perfect. 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 I'm just going to tap the end here so that it's all secure. It looks pretty good. I can't tell. I can't tell. I can't tell. I can't tell. But the glue's coming out everywhere, so I'm going to clamp this down. And that's going to hold it in place. Nothing's going to move. That's going to set up. So there's nothing I can do about the other side. If glue's seeped out there, and I'm going to let that sit that way. Yeah, and now I'm getting crazy because now I want it to come over the top for a little bit, because it's going to I'm going to see a bit of the top there too. So let's see if we can put a bit of glue on that. And then I don't know if this is going to work or not. Feels like it's going to snap. It does. It feels like it's going to snap. Don't know if that's going to... No, it's not. Yeah, that was a dream. Right, because at this end here, we're gonna see down the sink. We're gonna see this piece here. So I want to glue a little piece here, and it only has to go in so far. It doesn't have to go the whole length. So I'm going to cut this again like this. Doesn't take much, eh? And that we're going to glue it. And my hope is that you don't see it. Right? Okay, might be the best we can do there. Don't think we're going to need a big heavy clamp on that, but I don't know how long this is going to take. But it's this fine finicky stuff. I mean, if you're doing this for yourself, that's great. Put all the time that you can into beautifying your home. When you hire a contractor, don't expect the contractor to do this. If you hire an Ikea contractor, he won't do this. This is a horrendous waste of his time. And well, that's not fair to say. It's not a waste of his time. But these are the kind of things that drive the price of installation up. These nitpicky little things. So if you expect the contractor you hire to put this much effort into your kitchen cabinets, then you'd be a fool to take the lowest bidder. Don't take the lowest bidder. The lowest bidder won't do this. The mid-range bidder won't do this. The contractor who bids high values this kind of craftsmanship. He values this kind of workmanship. And so if you're not willing to pay that price and want to go with the low-end guy, go it yourself, because you won't get this result. All right, that's my rant. So I hope this will hold. I hope it'll hold. Okay, so I want this to hold this here. I just don't want it to slide around. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for as long as I can, until I need these clamps. All right, so this has been a couple hours, and I already bumped it. So this clamp here was doing nothing, but I'm looking at it and there's no play on that at all. This is not peeling off, so it looks pretty good. So let's undo the clamps and see what else we got. Start with this little guy over here. Yeah, that folded over and stayed over. That's so good. And then this one here will do the rest. Yeah, yeah, like that. Okay, that we can clean that up a bit. You're really not going to see it. It's hard to tell which end's a finished end. Okay, so this is one end, right? And this here is the other, and we're going to put it where it belongs. That's a really clean cut here. You could put that look better like this. No, turn it around. Put it this way. Darn it. Wouldn't you know it? These came with well, this is a reinforcement for a sink. Ikea makes them, and when you buy the countertop, these get thrown in. When you buy the cupboard, these get thrown in. If we replace that with this, right, it's going to give me a ton of things to mount this to, and we can mount it in the backside first. So this is going to sit this way, and this is going to sit this way. So this has to get mounted like this. So I'm going to put a hole there, there, and there, right? And hopefully this won't go all the way through, will it? Got to test these things first. Not really. It'll be close. It'll be close, but you know what? If I turn this this way, it'll be less close. Good. Yeah, see this? It's got a bevel on one side, and I'm putting that bevel to the down so that I gain a little bit more clearance there. Because that bevel will add another, I don't know, enough that I'm afraid it might poke through the other side. Don't want any of that. Okay. There we go. And yeah. So this is going to go here. And we're going to take this one off right here. And that is going to go on there. So now I can adjust this here. Straight on down. Now here, I want it to be flush with this piece here. You want to bring it flush to the door, but this is acting like the cabinet, the gable end, the end piece. That's what this is is going to be matched to. So it's better to match it to the end piece here. Consistency is the key with this kind of stuff. I want this faceplate that we're putting on to be consistent with the end plates that are all over the place. And that's why I'm setting it like that. Okay. Nice and easy. And then we can pull this out to the edge of the door there, and the edge of the door here. And while I'm here, you're going to see how important it was for us to put this blue piece here. You see? Because when you're looking down at it here beside the fridge, you're going to see that. And if that was bare wood, it would look hideous. Well, it would look like this, what you're seeing beside the dishwasher. This is the next piece I'm doing. Good, good. Now that makes it easy. I like this. Was a good project. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe.